Once I conducted my questionnaires on a website called SurveyMonkey, I collected them all back together, and the website actually made graphs for me. It was an easy way to see which was the most popular answers and which was going to help me out the most for my project. From my first question, which was, what type of horror film do you prefer? 8 out of the 15 respondents preferred a paranormal, which is 53% of all of my respondents. So it's pretty clear which is the clear leader in which type of horror film is preferred. So again, I'm going to take this into account when I'm looking at my narrative, hopefully trying to include in something in paranormal. My next question was, what type of music do you think will work best in a horror trailer? The majority of the audience preferred eerie music. 8 out of 15 preferred the eerie choice, which is overall 53%. The dark type of music was also a competitor, so I may kind of consider this. I might combine eerie and dark type of music to try and please both audiences, because it was a majority vote for eerie, but the dark was a running up competitor, so I think maybe I should also consider this so I can target it to two of the main audiences. My next question was, what type of representation do you prefer in a horror? Now, the answer to this was female-led with 46% of the vote, but youth-led was also quite a competitor with 40% of the vote. So because of this, I'm going to try and combine them both and take this into consideration when I'm trying to think of a narrative for my film. I might kind of have a female-led main actor and then a youth orientation as well. I'm not just sure how I'm going to go about that yet, but I'll have to think about that one. My next question was, do you think the film poster should link with the trailer? And 100% of the vote was yes, so this is clear that people think that the trailer and the poster and the magazine all have to link together. They all have to have similarities so people can relate to them and understand it's from the same film. My next question was, which type of image for a film poster do you prefer? Location-based was the most popular with 60% of the vote, but character-based was also quite popular with 33% of the vote. So I probably will go for the location-based image, but I may consider the character-based. I may take photos of them both and then see what I think which is better. And my next question was, on a film magazine, which type of image do you prefer? And the two answers which came out tied were main character and group of characters. So because these both got 40% of the vote each, meaning 6 people out of the 15 both wanted them two answers. So I'm going to try and take this into again consideration when I'm thinking of my narrative. On the magazine, I may take 2 images and create 2 magazine covers, one of the main character in full length and the other a group of characters. Then I might put these trial magazine covers out there into my target audience, see what they think and see what my feedback is. Then from that I'll kind of develop it further and go with which was more popular, because audience research is it's very important to your products, so I think it's important that you get to understand and want to know what your audience will think of your products. Finally, concluding all of my results together, I'm going to try and take into consideration everything that was asked and answered in the questionnaire. It will overall help me decide how my narrative is going to turn out. Also, it helps me decide what the other elements of my promotional package, such as like my magazine and my poster, is going to look like. But overall, I got a lot of positive responses, and it was really good research, which is definitely going to help me out with my decisions throughout the rest of my coursework.